but we as a continent have now defined ourselves.
In the news, Nigeria vaccinates over 1 million people. Actress jailed for posting nude photo in Ghana. Jimmy Lai sentenced to 14 months over pro-democracy protest in Hong Kong. Agro-business, federal government collaborates AFDB on creating special processing zones nationwide. And in sports, Arsenal midfielder drops to loan club's under-23 team. Details shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Rose Audu and this is TOS News 360. Niger Delta Affairs Minister Godswill Akpabio said on Friday that the Niger Delta Development Commission was broke and asked that its funding be improved to enhance the infrastructural development of the region. Akpabio, in his keynote address during the NDDC Strategic Capacity Building Workshop in Uyo, said the funding system was poor because budgetary provisions for the commission were staggered and did not come as and when due. The minister called for the amendment of the laws establishing the agency should the need arise, stressing that he was determined to leave the commission better than he met it. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is assured that the 7 days warning strike by its workers under the aegis of the Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria will soon be called off. Beginning their strike on the 15th of April of 2021, the Workers' Union demanded for the payment of promotion arrears owed its members for 2018 and 2019 promotions, upward review of job-specific allowance in line with the minimum wage, immediate payment of all pending financial claims, better working environment, immediate resumption of payments of suspended severance allowances to retirees, better modalities in the payment of COVID-19 palliatives, among other demands. In a chat with journalists on Friday, the resident media consultant of the agency, Sayo Akintola, explained that the Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, has enjoyed a good work relationship with the union and its members since she assumed office over 3 years ago. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has sacked Vice Chancellor of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, Professor Michael Olugunde. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Olasukomi Olaleye, stated this in a letter on Friday. Though the reason for his sack was not disclosed, the nation gathered it may not be unconnected with the accusation by Makinde that the Vice-Chancellor instigated workers of the university to agitate payment for their unpaid salaries. And amidst vaccine insufficiency in Nigeria, the country has vaccinated over 1 million people with only about 4.4 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines. Nigeria is still far from having enough vaccines to meet its target as the Nigerian government gives its component states a condition to halt new COVID-19 vaccinations. Only about 50% of eligible Nigerians have been vaccinated. Those vaccinated are, however, less than 1% of the country's estimated 200 million population. The Nigerian Army says troops of Operation Lafia Dole have eliminated 13 top commanders and scores of fighters of Islamic State West Africa Province, terrorists in Borno. The Director, Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Mohammed Yarima, in a statement on Friday said that the feat was achieved by well-coordinated operations of both air and land troops. According to Yarima, several terrorists had met their Waterloo in attempts to overrun Damasak and adjoining communities in Mobar local government area of the state. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, and you're watching News 360. Welcome back. From across Africa, Ghanaian actress Rosamond Brown, popularly known as Akwaapem Polu, has been sentenced to 3 months in prison for posting a naked photo of herself on social media beside her son. She broke down in tears after the judge read out the sentence in the court in the capital, Accra. In the photo posted last July to celebrate her son's 7th-year birthday, she is crouching facing the boy and holding his hands. He is wearing underpants. Her breasts are hidden by her long hair. A woman who won political asylum in the U.S. after hiding her and her family's role in the 1994 Rwanda genocide has been deported to Rwanda after serving a 10-year jail sentence for lying. Beatrice Muyanyeze was stripped of her U.S. citizenship after she was convicted in 2013. She had already spent nearly 2 years in custody. She had settled in the U.S. in 1998 with her 3 daughters, saying she had been persecuted in Rwanda. About 800,000 people, mainly ethnic Tutsis and moderate Hutus, were slaughtered in Rwanda in 100 days in 1994 by Hutu extremists, many of whom later fled the country. And on the international scene, Brazil's environment minister says the country needs $10 billion, equivalent of 7.2 billion euros, a year in foreign aid in order to reach zero emissions by 2050. The move would mean that Brazil could achieve the symbolic figure 10 years earlier than currently planned. It comes ahead of U.S. President Joe Biden's climate summit next week. Brazil's environmental policies have brought international condemnation since President Jair Bolsonaro took office 2 years ago. And Hong Kong pro-democracy media tycoon Jeremy Lai has been sentenced to 14 months in prison after being found guilty of unauthorized assembly. Lai, 73, was one of several activists in court who were earlier found guilty of charges relating to pro-democracy protests in 2019. The founder of the Apple Daily tabloid is a fierce critic of Beijing. And the White House has acknowledged there was little evidence that Russia had offered Taliban militants bounties to kill U.S. soldiers in Afghanistan. A spokeswoman for President Joe Biden said the claim had low to moderate confidence from U.S. spy chiefs. Russia has denied paying the bounties in last year's U.S. election. Biden heavily criticized Donald Trump for not confronting Russia over the claim. It comes amid new sanctions on Russia and U.S. plans to leave Afghanistan. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. You're still watching News 360. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Raul Castro says he is resigning as Cuban Communist Party leader, ending his family's 6 decades in power. Castro, 89, told the party Congress that he is handing over the leadership to a younger generation, full of passion and anti-imperialist spirit. His successor will be voted in at the end of the 4-day Congress. The move, which was expected, ends the era of formal leadership by him and his brother Fidel Castro, which began with the 1959 revolution. And in business, the federal government, in partnership with the African Development Bank and other stakeholders, is set to roll out the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones program aimed at concentrating agro-processing activities in demarcated areas. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who received a briefing on the status of the collaboration and plan in the State House on Friday, commended the progress so far achieved. A statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Office of the Vice President Laolu Akonde, said the plan is part of the Buhari administration's effort to transform agricultural productivity in the country. Prices of cement have reportedly increased by 67% in the southeast states of Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo. It was reported in a market survey conducted by a sister agency how at various wholesale and retail shops in the zone shows that the price of the product has increased almost by double when compared to the price in 2020. A cement dealer at Kenyatta Market in Enugu State capital, Ifeanyi Amadi, said the increase in the product's price started last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the increase in dollar exchange. And on entertainment news, stars have paid tribute to Peaky Blinders and Harry Potter actress Helen McCurry, who has died of cancer aged 52. Cillian Murphy, who starred alongside her in the BBC drama, described her as fearless and magnificent. Also known for her stage performances, National Theatre Artistic Director Rufus Nuri said she was one of the great actors of her generation. Her husband, actor Damian Lewis, announced her death on Friday after battle with cancer. Moving on to sports, Paul Pogba has delivered a scathing verdict on Jose Mourinho's management, accusing the former Manchester United manager of casting players, including himself, aside without explanation. Pogba, Mourinho's world record Marquee signing following his 2016 appointment at Old Trafford was instrumental as the Portuguese guided United to League Cup and Europa League glory in 2017 in his first season in charge. And Arsenal loanee Matt Smith dropped down to the Charlton under-23s 4 minutes earlier this week, with his second loan of the season not going entirely to plan. Arsenal Academy midfielder Matt Smith initially moved on loan to Swindon Town at the start of the season, but with the League One club flattened with relegation and the new manager showing less faith in Smith, he returned to Arsenal in the January transfer window. By all accounts, Smith had started the season very well, so there was plenty of interest in him from elsewhere in the league. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital-first Pan-African News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com to follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Rose Audu, and thanks for watching.